Good afternoon, Nkosi Talk Shows family. It's Nomsa here at Nkosi Talk Shows. Find your own voice, lead from within. So I'm on my own today, guys. Other coaches are having a rest, and I think tomorrow I'm with Kiro Ann. So our topic today is 10 ways to boost your relationship. I'm trying to share my video, guys, and please bear with me. I'm here, and know that you matter to me. So yeah, 10 ways to boost your relationship. And for those who don't know me, my name is Nomsa Mube. I am your love harmonist and the CEO at Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency and Ngozi Talk Shows. And at Ngozi Talk Shows, I help my clients find their own voice, lead from within. At Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency, I'm a love harmonist. So I help you to connect with, if you're struggling to find that true love, harmonizing, connecting you with that special person is what I do for work. So check me out if you are looking to find a reliable dating agency. Please do join my agency and see how it goes. Women, there's two options to join the membership. You can there's a paid membership, there's a free membership. Men are my clients. So yeah, so let's deal about the 10 ways to boost your relationship. And number one, to boost your relationship is communication. Communications is very, very important in your relationship. Open, honest about everything in your relationship, whether is it positive, whether is it negative, just whether is it positive or negative aspects in that relationship. In your relationship, please make sure that you communicate your want, you communicate your desires, you communicate your fears, and listen to your spouse attentively and expressing your thoughts and feelings constructively and deep. When you do that, you create a deep connection with your spouse. So it's very, 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 very important. And the other thing is the quality time together in your relationship. It's very, very important to actually spend a meaningful both enjoy each other in that relationship. Work sometimes it can take over in your relationship, but make sure that you work smarter because sometimes some people will be like, you know what, I have to finish this project. I have a deadline. Deadline will never ever end. There's always a deadline. There's always somebody wanting you to do something. So make sure that you uh, take time to spend time with your spouse. Some people in the relationship get broken because they don't have time. Some who have got kids, they're like, I don't have time. I can't do this. I can't do this. Make sure you have time for your children. Make sure you have time for your spouse. I do everything that I do myself. But when my children are doing something or when they want me, I'm always available. If I'm not available, their dad is always there. So I always make sure one of us is there because sometimes it's impossible to actually please to make sure that you satisfy somebody's needs. But I always make sure that I'm there. When it comes to my spouse, I always make sure that I'm there if I'm needed. I always make sure that my schedule works around them. I check what they're doing. And if they're not doing anything, I make sure that I am available, and making sure that I'm available it means I spend time with my spouse. And sometimes they're not doing anything. What I have realized as well, sometimes they're not doing anything, they're just in the house. So I'll be like, okay, let me arrange to go maybe meet up a friend. And then they'll be like, where are you going? And I'm like, I've got plans. I'm going to meet my friends. And they're like, oh, but we like to see you when you are in the house. We know you are here, so it makes everything okay. We feel good when I'm like, but I need to go. So I have time for them, and then I also have time for myself. So make sure, guys, you have time in your relationship. And now let's go to this thing where that is a problem. Um, that destroys a relationship. When people meet up in a relationship. So we're doing 10 ways to boost your relationship, guys. So this party is very, very important. Be the one in your relationship. It's very, very, very important because when things are not going well in a relationship, sometimes we do meet our spouse. When we meet our spouse, sometimes work takes over, or sometimes we can see that when work takes over, people they grow in that relationship. Or sometimes when our expectations are not met, we start blaming our spouse. But what I have noticed that the most important thing that works in a relationship, when you become the one in a relationship, the lover, be the lover that you are looking for in your spouse. Um, if you want, you know you have these things that you expect from the other person. So instead of blaming the other person when a relationship is not working, this tip, it works a lot. Even myself in my relationship, I use it. I become the one that I expect from my spouse, meaning every character that I expect from him, what I expect my life to be fulfilled. I have to be that myself. And when I am that, remember, guys, I always teach you that whatever we bound on earth is bound in the realm of the spirit. In the realm of the spirit, there are portals. There are portals of happiness. There are portals of success. When we go to this third heaven, there are portals of success. There are portals of intelligence where you can actually manifest your intelligence, where you can manifest um, you can manifest your personality, where you can actually go there and see whether does your personality align with this personality on earth. So your true personality, your true self, there is realms of everything where you cannot fake it. So if you really, really want the real you, you can call that portal uh, of the real you. Like my name is Nonsa, I can actually manifest my true self, so that the portal, if my soul has been locked up by mistake because of rejection, because of disappointment, just to work my soul so I can live the life that I want. So you can be the one in that relationship. Is very, very, very important. The character that you expect from your spouse, you have to be that yourself. It's very, very important, because some people, they are like, uh, if you struggle to become the one, reflect, take time to reflect on what you desire in a partner. Take time to the qualities that you desire from that person. What is lacking? Is it you? Is it lacking from you? If you are in a relationship, you can do that before you enter a relationship. And then consider whether your expectations are realistic in that relationship so that you can work on your fulfillment within yourself. And also personal growth, work on your personal growth. That is, I'm going to become the one. By becoming the one, I'm going to reflect on things in that relationship. Who am I becoming in this relationship? Provided that you're not in an abusive relationship. So those are the things work. And then self-care and self-love and self-care is very, very, very important when you are looking into who is am I the one. Independence as well is very, very important. Cultivate independence, and communication with your spouse as well is very, very important. Acceptance and realism is very, very important. But if not, if you're struggling to become the one, seek professional help. Do not go and confront your spouse and say, you become the one, but if there is a struggle where you see yourself, you're like, you know what, I'm struggling. Communicate with your spouse, ask them to give you feedback, what they think about yourself. Sometimes that feedback, it might not be the feedback that you like. For me personally, when I ask for feedback, they always tell me, my spouse always tell me that, Nomsa, you are annoying. And I'm like, how am I annoying? He's like, I make demands. Guys, I don't get angry with somebody. I make demands. If I need time with my spouse, I demand that time. If I need time to have the ice cream just to sit down and chill out, I demand that time. Or if I need to spend time with him and my children, I demand that time. So that's why he says, even my ex used to say, Nomsa, you're annoying. But you get things done. That's how they see me, like as I am annoying them. I'm annoying him because sometimes people like to, when you make a decision, my spouse is sometimes he want to play games. And if you want to play games and me, I want to have an ice cream, I just want to sit down with my spouse and have an ice cream. So he will do something to annoy me, thinking that I will back off. But the more he wants to annoy me, the more I turn the things around, the more like I annoy him more. And I'm like, honey, whatever you try to do is it's not gonna work. Let's do this. Let's just relax. So he knows. So in that moment, then he will move away from his computer. Fighting somebody and arguing with a person is a waste of time. Really, really waste of time, guys. It's a waste of time. So for me, I demand time. Or if I don't demand time, like if I have to do the things like I do, I work around them. I ask, tell me your day. How have you planned your day? I ask him his day, how he's planning his day, so I can fit my day with him, or so I can fit my day with my children. So I always check them out. But then you can see that sometimes they want to dodge me. They're like, we're busy or we are doing this. Because if I don't become the one and actually encourage somebody, let's spend time together, baby, all these things will pass us by. But there's something that being together, spending time together, spending quality time together, or arguing together, as those times will look back one day when we are old and cherish those times. So that's why they call me annoying, even with my ex. So when I'm organizing things like my daughter, if she has plays at school, I will arrange with him. I will send the email and let him know. But then he will try to find ways to opt out. or finding ways to opt out by going to my daughter and say, "Do you really need daddy there?" And my daughter will be like, "Actually, no, I don't," because she does not want him to, she does not want to explain. And then he will send me an email and say, "Oh, I don't think I'm needed." No, so she said she's gonna be okay. So I'm like, "No, you are going to be there. You're going to make time for your child and you're going to be there." But those are the things that I had to do it from the beginning. Now I don't have to do it, guys. I don't have to do it. Now it's natural. He knows that Nomsa will be chasing me. I don't write emails and fight somebody. I don't have time for that. I don't do all these things where I spend my time arguing with people, wasting energy. No. I send a message across that this is what we're doing, this is what is meant to do. And even from the beginning with my ex, I had to learn how to deal with the, okay, what kind of ex do I need? And then I had to sit down. For those who were split up with their exes, sit down, write the qualities of a person. What would I like to do? First, break the codes. We are not in a relationship. We do not interfere with each other. So, but because we have a child, what kind of a communication do I need to do? All those things. And then I had to manifest it. And then I send the message across. That's what I do with my relationship as well. So I do all these things, even with business. I don't just have business partners. If you see me agreeing to for you to be my business partner, you have to go through a trial first. I have to see what kind of can we communicate, get along with each other. And when we get along with each other, we build a relationship, we become family in that environment. So be the one in a relationship. When you become the one, like you at work, if you have work like work piles, you work all the time. Just look at how it's affecting your family. And the work will always be there. The deadlines will never end. Trust me, I've had deadlines. Deadlines, they come in. You just have to, sometimes you just have to say to people, sorry, tomorrow I need to spend time with my family. So those are the things that are important. Becoming the one, it means that I am going to do whatever is necessary for my spouse to see. I'm not going to control him, but I will do whatever is necessary to learn from me. So this person is going to learn from me. Who am I becoming in that relationship? And by loving unconditional, by arguing with grace, the relationship comes with the arguments. There's times where you disagree to disagree. So it comes with that, those disagreements, they are part of relationship. As I said to you guys, sometimes I don't argue. I will not argue with take away what we're having today. If we are having Chinese, or somebody says we're having like Chinese or Indian, or sometimes they like giggling squid, or sometimes they like different food. I look at it, what did we order last time? Who is 10 is it? So we just have to work around. I got no time to actually sit there and argue for Chinese and say, I didn't have Chinese last time, honey. It was your turn. I don't have that time. If honey wants Chinese, I'm gonna have Chinese, because what I think now I'll be thinking is somebody else does not have that opportunity to ask their family what would they like to have. So for me, the mindset is I'm not perfect and these people are not perfect. So whatever we want to eat, I've got an African mind, guys. I grew up in Africa. And growing up in Africa, I used to get up in the morning, 3 a.m. At the age of 10. I'll get up at 3 a.m. or I'll get up at 4 a.m. Have a chat with my dad, and then I'll go back to sleep maybe after an hour or maybe 2 hours. or sometimes I'll just go to the farm and help my family, or just sleep while they do the work, or just help them to do the work. If I need to sleep, I'll sleep. So I have that mindset that if you want things done, you do it yourself. Do it so that somebody else can look at things and be the example in that relationship. That's how I've seen my parents doing it. That's how I see my grandparents doing it. My grandparents will just get on with it. If my granddad wants something, you go and cook. He'll cook his food, and then he will give us whatever the food if we need. If children are hungry, but in some families, a woman has to be a woman has to do everything. But with my family, and mostly on my mom's side, my mom has maybe 4 sisters. The rest, I think 9 of them or 10 of them are boys. So everybody cooks. You want something, you go to the kitchen and cook. My grandparents, my granddad, you want something, his siblings they've got loads of siblings, like 10 siblings. You want food, go to the kitchen and cook. You want to go to the farm, go and do it. You don't wait for somebody to actually uh, do things for you, or you don't just sit there and make like say, I'm looking for this woman, she has to be this, but you are not that. So you have to be what do you expect, that loving and kind person, that has good communication skills, that woman that is caring, that man that is caring. You got to be that, so that your energy that you have, it can actually help the other person. But sometimes some people, what do you do when you are dating somebody who does not like change? Then it comes down to compatibility. If you're not compatible with somebody, then that means the relationship is not going to work. So for me, I'm not sure how you leave those people who don't know how to pray, or just live hoping that tomorrow is going to be okay. I've never lived that life. I've lived a life where if things are not going right, I have to fix it. Even though I have a man, sometimes if my life is not going right, I have to fix it myself. I don't wait that, wow, this one is going to do this, that one is going to do that one, and that one is going to do that. But there's one thing that I don't do. I will never ever control a man to take away his identity. And I wouldn't want to date somebody who would want to change me and take away my identity. I wouldn't do that. So be the one. That is number 2. Be the one in your relationship. And the other one is confidence in a relationship. Have confidence is the critical component building trust with your spouse. Whatever you do in a relationship, whether is fostering intimacy, whether promoting satisfaction, have confidence in everything in that area of your life. Communicate. When I'm saying confidence, walk with confidence, walk your walk. Trust, trust the person you're dating, have confidence in your abilities, in your skills, in that relationship, in your body, walk your own walk, the rhythm of life. Sometimes if you guys, there's some pictures that I have taken myself. When I have time, I will put them on Facebook. Those who are following me on LinkedIn, you can go and find my Facebook page. There's some pictures that I have taken walking, different outfit. When I'm doing that, I am practicing what does it mean to actually walk this path, not being authentic. That was the idea when I took the pictures. Like I'm walking, but I'm wearing different outfits, but I'm walking the same walk. I'm facing like doing this. When I have time, I will share. Maybe I can share if I can find them on my Facebook page. Now I'm working, but the idea of taking those pictures, it was for me to actually just practice my confidence. And also practicing my confidence, it means if there is part of me that I feel that I'm not fulfilled, let me see if I can find these pictures. Um, and if I do find them, I'll share them with you guys. So it's very, very important to actually um, be the person that you are meant to be in your relationship. Walk with confidence, be confident, and also the person that you are dating, they need to help you to actually bring the best in you. Yeah, I found my profile on Facebook. So those who are following me, I think I can find the pictures. So the pictures, I think I have them on LinkedIn as well. Where's this picture? But yeah, I have them on LinkedIn. I have different outfit, but I walk with confidence. But some people don't know why I took those pictures. But the idea of taking the pictures, it was behind it, was for me to actually, okay, I'll show you one picture. Can't find the rest of the pictures, but I'll show you one picture if I can. You can let me. Wait, to walk. Okay. I've got these pictures, different pictures. Okay, let's go. Let me show you. Confidence is very, very important. When you see me, when the way I'm walking, that's how I'm feeling inside. I'm smiling, but that's how I'm feeling inside as well at the same time. Let's go to share the screen. Yeah, that one. If you find them on LinkedIn, but I have these pictures. I've got how many outfits do I have with these pictures? Okay, let me count, guys. I'm gonna show you. I don't know if I can white, black, green, different colors. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 6 outfit. I had to change 3 outfit, like learning to walk my own walk with confidence, because that can affect when they don't feel confident. The person you are dating in a relationship, they can see, but the confidence is not for me to be cocky or to, okay, let's stop sharing. So if you go in on my Facebook page, I'm going to post all of them. I've got them in different colors. I have different outfits and those different outfits, but I'm doing the same walk. And my hair is done different as well. So that one is done different, and the other one is done different outfit, different hairstyle. I'm just walking my own walk, my own rhythm of life. So it's the way that I communicate with myself. It's the way that I communicate. I find is how I find my inner being, like connecting with my winning spirit, many inside of me. So you can find ways to boost your confidence, because I don't know how you feel about yourself. Relationship requires you to be confident, to find that confidence in communicating your want, your desires, open communication, respect and support the other person, um, self-assurance, cultivate self-assurance, but self-assurance, uh, recognizing your own worthiness, how much are you worthy, and also building trust in the same way. And then emotionally intimacy, it comes with confidence. And then a conflict resolution. Um, conflict resolution as well is very, very important. When you don't have confidence, you'll find it hard to actually uh, work on your relationship. So it's very, very important. Is the critical component of how your relationship is able to move forward. And then thing that is important, guys, if your spouse are struggling to find themselves, please don't make them feel they're not worthy. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to put a human being down for your own worthiness, for you to feel great. If that person is struggling to find themselves in that relationship, you can help them by making sure that they know it's okay to struggle. It's okay because they're not going to find themselves that moment just like that. And for me to be able to walk that walk, there are so many things that I had to work on. I had to create a strategy, a strategy that I had to work with other coaches. Sometimes I work with relationship coaches that I work with. Sometimes if I'm feeling down, I work with Matthew Hazy. Most of you guys know Matthew. And who else do I work? I used to work with what's the name? I work with the Shanda Samta. Sometimes when I'm feeling really like if I need some motivation, there are some few people that I at the moment I'm working with Sai. Sai is a relationship coach, a business coach, and a relationship coach. So I work with people that do both relationship and I worked with Des as well. And Des is the person that actually responsible for building that whole brand in my business. So I work with people that I look at people. Are they the one what I'm looking for? And if I see that person, yes, they are the one. Like if I'm looking for like a business coach, yeah, they're the one, they've got all the qualities, then I have to have the qualities. It means I have to have the right attitude in order for me to move forward. Even in my relationship, I need the right attitude, the right character, the right mindset for me to be able to enjoy in my relationship. Otherwise, I want everywhere I go, guys, even in my church. Where I where I go, I go with the right attitude. The attitude for me is I go to church, MFM church. My pastor is Dr. Olukoya. He's from Nigeria and he's all the churches around the world. So he believes that in order for you to get to where you need to be as a Christian or as a person, a human being, whether it's in business, you got to learn things to do it yourself. So I walked into the church one day. That's what I do even at home. That's what I do even my business. That's what I do with Ngozi Talk Shows. I don't care, guys, whether there is somebody who is looking after the business, or I don't care whether there is a manager that looks after the business, or in the office here, I don't care whether there's somebody who cleans the building. If I walk in my office, if it's not the way I want, I will clean it to show the person that cleans the building when you come into my office, this is how I need you to leave my office look like. So if I find it rubbish on the floor, I pick it up, I don't complain, I pick it up and I put it in the bin. So that is the character that I am. And for me to have that character, I was raised by grandparents, by my grandparents. And they are the ones that taught me that character, that you get on with things. Otherwise, if you complain and complain and complain, people don't understand when you complain. But when you do, when you become the example and say, this is how I want you to treat me as a woman, I like to be treated. I have my needs. And those, in order for you to fulfill my needs, this is how I need you to touch me. This is how I need you to communicate with me. When I'm having sex with you, I enjoy having sex in this position. Or how do you enjoy having sex? Which position that gives you pleasure? Emotionally, how do you get pleasure, intimacy wise, physically? You name it, guys. So you got to communicate. You cannot expect your spouse to actually guess, what do you desire in life? What kind of food do you desire as a man? Honey, this is the kind of food that I like. But if you have time, if you can cook that for me, that make me happy. Honey, I like spending my weekend this way. I like spending my evening this way. If we can do that, that will make me happy. Just communication and communication and communication and communication. And when you fight with grace, you fight and then know that we're not perfect. Don't tell your spouse the things they didn't do last year, or then don't tell them the things that they did not do this year or 2 years ago, how they've hurt you and things like that. Don't bring that up. Just fight with pleasure. Honey, you want to fight me? I'm like, okay, honey, I'm not going to fight you. So I just try to understand why that person, they feel the way they feel. But sometimes they might be fighting or they are screaming because they feel that they are not being listened to. So just take time and ask your spouse, how how can I how can I be better? How can I save you different than I am saving now? So and then they tell you, they explain. And mostly men, they feel that when a relationship is not working, they feel it's their fault. They should do better. There's lots of things that men do, but that's not the case. Relationship, it takes two to tango. Your values are very, very important. Values are the things you value most in your life. What do you value most in life? Authenticity. If you value authenticity, communicating with your spouse, being true to yourself is very, very important. Your beliefs, how you live your life, living in alignment with one core of your identity, integrity, and respect. So it might be those things, but there are some women who's got some talking problems, men who's got some talking problems, men who don't know how to communicate their want. They fight, they say hateful words in order to actually to shut the other person. And sometimes it doesn't help. It destroys a relationship. If you feel that, okay, um, maybe it might be maybe your childhood or anything that is making you to shut down, not to communicate. Just try to communicate it with your spouse so they are aware of what is going on and dealing with it. Compassion is very, very important. Gratitude, um, prioritize the family, your well-being members, family members and staff, and personal growth, empathy, um, adventure, be adventurous, go to places, um, your health, prioritize your healthy and your well-being, your spirituality is very, very, very important. So your pleasure and intimacy, I think I have covered that. I've mentioned that, guys, the physical sensation. Uh, when we talk about pleasure and intimacy, it's like warm. And how do you like your spouse to actually, what makes you happy in that relationship? And emotional connection, I've mentioned that. Trust and vulnerability, I mentioned that. And communication, feedback, I told you guys when I'm communicating with my spouse, I ask him, and he says, "Nomsa, you are annoying and curious." I'm annoying because if I want something, if I need us to do something or to spend time together, if I do not ask you for that time, he gets carried away in the games. But in the end, he will thank me for that because we need to spend time together. And what else? What else can we add in this? Trust and vulnerability. I think I've mentioned that. Mutual satisfaction. So pleasure and intimacy with each other. Make sure that you are satisfied with your spouse, and that helps you guys to connect. If you're not satisfied, just speak to your spouse. Please don't go behind their back and start talking to the guys. There are some people that they will go and talk to other people instead of communicating with their spouse. They will go and talk to other people. That's embarrassing for your spouse. If you feel you're not being satisfied in your relationship, some people, it might be lack of experience, or some people when they've had children, some people they lose that because of stress, the everyday stress and stuff. Some people don't do exercises, so they lose the interest in things. So just foster that. Help your spouse. If they cannot be helped, I'm afraid the next that destroys a relationship. Doing exercises is very, very important, and living in the present moment is very, very important. For me, I do exercises, guys. What keeps me alive? I don't drink, I don't smoke. I do exercises. I meditate. What else do I do? I meditate in the Word of God. I fast. Uh, if you go wherever I am, my character, what I'm telling you now, that is my character. Even in my church, I go to church, and I also teach people. I just my character. Everyone will look at me in the church when the preacher is preaching. I just like I scream like with excitement, because if I don't scream and I'm going to church, it just looks so sad and miserable. Why am I going to church? I can't waste my clothes and get dressed in the morning and just so for me I can be miserable and just no connecting with God. I go to church to connect with God, guys. So that means I got to be in it. I got to scream. That is in a relationship as well. If I'm in it, I got to be in it 100%. I got to enjoy that relationship. So enjoying that relationship, it means it just be there 100%. There's no such thing as a perfection in a relationship. Perfect does not exist in the real world, but in the fantasy world, it exists. So what I'll say is enjoy the relationship that you have as long it hasn't got abusive. If you have children, spend time with your children, cherish them, cherish every moment that you have with your family, even if sometimes the finances it can be a challenge. Um, my relationship has been tested in so many ways in every corner of my life. But there is one thing that keeps me going. One thing is the gratitude. I'm so grateful when things don't go my way. I look at the life. I'm so grateful. I look at my spouse, the things that he's done for me. I look at my children. I look at God, the things that he has done for me. I look at my parents. And for those reasons, I look at my friends, those who were there when I need them the most. And I'm so grateful. And I have to ask myself, okay, this challenge that is in my relationship, how do I solve it? Am I gonna solve it by being miserable? Am I going to solve it by thinking that I'm not enough, by feeling defeated? No, I can't do that. So the only thing I can do is to get up When life does not make sense, I will get up and I will do things. I will keep doing things. That's what motivates me the most. The power of gratitude, the power of winning. Getting up in the morning is a winner. Going to have a shower, it's a winner. Opening the fridge and finding that, oh wow, there's food in the fridge, it's a winner. So those things are the things that keeps me going as a woman, that the gratitude of life. I'm so grateful if we, my life has been tested in so many ways in every corner of my life, but I still stand as a woman. I stand as a CEO. I stand as a parent. I stand as a spouse to somebody else. I stand as for you guys. I come here to Nkosi talk shows, take my responsibilities. Sometimes, even when I'm crying, I just log in at Nkosi talk show. I don't pretend. I never pretend anywhere. I always, when I'm going through something, I always talk about it. I don't pretend it to be something that I'm not. Or if I'm going through pain that day, you guys know, those who are watching my talk show every day, you know that I will talk about what if somebody has pissed me off. I will just let you know, guys, that at this moment I'm just going through this. It's just in the once I solve it, I let you know that I have solved it. So those are the things that I don't do. I don't pretend, even to my spouse. I never pretend to be something that I'm not, even if I'm not okay. I always let him know. And then it's up to him how he respond to that situation. So those are the things that in a relationship, for a relationship to work, you have to. And then the other one is honor sexuality. Honoring sexuality involves in recognizing and respecting the inherent of value and diversity, and also your significant in human sexuality as well. So respect is very, very important. Consent and boundaries is very, very important when you are dating somebody. Um, there are some things that people sometimes your sexual health and your well-being and empowerment and liberation is very, very important. Quality and inclusivity is very, very important when we talk about honoring sexuality is very, very important. You are there to each other to teach each other, and pleasure and intimacy, I've already mentioned, it comes with it. So it's very, very important to actually understand each other. And also the other one is expectation in a relationship. What are your expectations? Communicate with them your hopes and desires. Never assume that individual will guess how you should behave, what they should behave towards you. Communication. uh, some other people is their expectations that when they're in a relationship they expect honest communication, where both parties feel comfortable expressing their thoughts, feelings, and needs. But there are some people who don't communicate in a relationship. They don't want to communicate. They don't want to. Uh, they want a relationship to work, but they don't want to communicate. So trust and respect, it comes with it, and supporting each other, it comes with it. Share values and goals, intimacy. You cannot expect a relationship to work if there's no intimacy in it. Have intimacy with your spouse. Make sure it has a meaning. Don't be that person who has a sex 7 days a week, but it hasn't got a meaning. There's no point in having sex 7 days a week if you are doing it for stress. There are some people who have sex to release stress from work. Guys, don't do sex if you just want to release your actually your stress, because there's no connection. If you have sex for the sake of, well, I got annoyed to tell at the day at work, so I got to do some exercises with my spouse just to release that stress, it doesn't work, because you need to connect. You will find that if you have sex 7 days a week and somebody has sex 3 days a week, or 1 day a week, or 2 days a week, their actually relationship is very strong, because in the realm of the spirit, when the connection is mad, when you're having sex and your mind connect with that person, your inner being connect with that person, there's a meaning to it. The connection, it becomes very, very strong, because you're doing it for a meaning. There's a meaning to it. There's a reason why I am having sex with my lover, because I need that person. I know that I just want to release the stress that I had from work. So therefore, I'm just gonna have sex 7 days a week, because I just want to feel good. Because sex makes us feel good. It's like going and have sex with some random person. It's no different. So make sure if you want to have sex 7 days a week, make sure it has a meaning to it. Um, if you don't understand what I mean, is try to meditate and be in the present moment. And when you are in the present moment, it's different how you see your spouse than when you're disconnected with your spouse. Everything you do, it has a meaning to it. So try to do that. For me, I meditate. I fast. Like, I think now I'm on my, is it 80 days? 80 days. I've got 1,000 to go, guys. 2 years and 9 months. Yeah. So I'm on 80 something days, I think. I have to calculate it properly and then write it down. Yeah. But it helps me to be in the present moment. And it helps me to connect with God in a way that when I'm connecting, it's not that I connect because I want to manifest it for my finances, or I want to manifest it for something. I just connect with God because I love connecting with God. And it helps me out. Like when I want to, when I'm doing something, because I'm like controlling my relationship. So when I connect with Him, if my spouse needs help, or if I need help, God will guide me through the right direction. Or if I need to learn the skills that if there's a skill that I need to learn in my relationship, He'll help me to do that. Remember, God is a being. Being a being is a spirit. So the more I connect with Him, the more I say, I surrender it all. I don't know it all. You are the creator of the earth. If my relationship is not working, help me to actually fulfill my needs in my relationship. You always come, you always help me out. The angels are always helping me out and guiding me through where I need to be, and how I need to lead my life, my true destiny. I always want my destiny, guys. Um, I know that someday some of you, we might come across each other one day. I don't know. But that's what I do. I just, if I go to church, the moment I enter the building, I'm not there for friends. I'm not there to connect with anyone. I'm just there to connect with God. My pastor will tell you. Noms are just mad. She's a mad woman. And everyone is just becoming mad like me, because they realize, this is how things get done. Because when my pastor teaches, I listen. And then I'm like, okay, how can I do things better? Do it like this. and I just do it. And then I go mad, woman, and everyone is like, this is how you do it. And then I just I do what I do, guys. What I have to do to live a happy life, I do it. If you tell me, no, I'm saying, in order for you to become a millionaire, if it makes sense, or a billionaire, you got to do this, I do it. I've got no time to play games, or in my relationship, the happiness that I want, I've got to work for it. It cannot be handed over ready for me. It can't, but I have to work for it. Working for it, it means that I have to be willing to surrender what I know and learn what I don't know. As I'm a relationship coach, it does not mean that I know everything. I don't. So I learn as I go along. I have to have a coach as well, somebody who is above me, somebody that has learned these things. So I have to get that. I have to have that kind of a coach. And mostly with God, I can't go wrong, guys. So please, when it comes to relationship and spend time and learn how to deal with conflict on yourself. The other one is on yourself. It's very, very powerful. Owning. See that picture that I showed you guys. I am owning myself. I am aware of the person that I am. I am responsible for my life. I am authentic. I respect, I reflect on my mistake. I empower others. In order for me to empower other people, I have to empower myself. I am aware of my growth, that I have to grow. Emotionally, mystery. I have to have freedom in my life, the gratitude of fulfillment. That's what that picture translates that I was showing you. I'm owning myself, owning my path, the gratitude that God has given me. I'm owning it. I'm being authentic. Take me as I am. This is the person that I am. I don't pretend. If I have a friend, I have a friend. I love them unconditional. There's no need for me to pretend to be something that I'm not. I don't do all those things. So that is the kind of a person that I own yourself in your relationship. Take responsibilities. Make the choices that you make in life, they will define your tomorrow. They will be the critical component of how your tomorrow will look like. So I own myself. I take responsibilities, gratitude, you name it, my authenticity, my image. Who am I as a who is Nomsa? Those are the things that you have to be responsible. Be willing to become the one. It means you do the work. I am willing to do the work. Whatever it takes for my relationship to work, I am willing to do it. I'm not willing to be lazy. I'm not willing to blame my spouse. I'm willing to do my part. And my spouse, the energy that I have, it will motivate my spouse to be the man that is meant to be. So that's my belief when it comes to life. Owning yourself, it means be authentic. Be the person that you want to be, you are meant to be. In that relationship, become the one. Let your spouse learn from you. Communicate and listen. Listen and listen and listen and learn as well. It's very, very, very important. The other one is be flexible. Flexibility is very important. Open-minded person, adapt to things, resilience, communication, patience, let go of control. The things in life I can control myself. The things that I cannot control. Let go of what you cannot control destroyed my past relationship because my spouse, he would tell me things, Lomsa, this is what we're going through. And I'll be like, okay, can we fix this? It's beyond our control. But there's a man that I know that when I cry to him, He can help me to fix. He can help us to fix it. For me, I don't do the talking, guys. I'll just go and pray. If things are not going well in my life, I'll go and pray. I tell God exactly, He already knows what I desire in life. And then I tell Him that I cannot control the situation. And if I tell Him I need to stop and I need to listen to His guidance. But when I'm stopping, when I'm refusing to the circumstances to take control over my life, this is when my ex will be like, Nonsa, you know, it feels like you don't care in this relationship. I'm like, I come from Africa. What do you want me to care? You come and tell me that uh, the business is not going well. You want me to go under the pillow in Africa? You don't go under the pillow, guys. If you ask anyone who was raised in Africa, you find a solution. The first solution is not for you to go under the pillow and start crying or pick up a phone to call a friend or feeling sorry for yourself. Find a solution. So I'm like, I am finding. You don't know, these are the ways. That's how I find a solution. I got to take it all in. I've got to evaluate the circumstance and see, is it under my control or beyond? If it's beyond, this is where I sit down with that. If you find me in my house, if the door is open, you think that I'm talking to myself, but I'm talking to God. I'm telling God, I can't do this on my own. I need your hand to help me to find a solution. But because he could not understand why I will always be happy, in my way, it was like I come from Africa, living in the United Kingdom. For me, it was a big change. It was a big gratitude where I would see myself as somebody who is so lucky to be having to have this life. And even my spouse, he couldn't get it, but he got it when we split up. He was like, now I get it. For me, it was all about achieving, achieving, achieving. It was never about appreciating myself for the things that I have done and having just stopping and having the gratitude. For him, it was always, what's the next level? What am I going? Okay, now I fulfilled this desire. What's the desire? What's the next level? Without celebrating, it was all about on the go, what we can achieve, what we can achieve. And I'm like, huh? That life, what I can achieve every single day, I can't do that. That's too much. That's too much to ask for me. I set goals. If I achieve the goals, guys, I have to celebrate. I have to give myself time to celebrate. Celebrate myself, celebrate my winnings. And that's how I was raised, to celebrate the things, small, big or small, celebrate. And if things are beyond my control, pause. No, pick up a phone call, complaining to a friend, whining. No, pause. Pick up a phone to a friend to tell them what I am going through, seeking support, and say, you have to pick the phone, call a friend that you know they can add value to your life, or just them listening to you. That is important. So at the time of my ex, he could not understand, but he got it in the end. And I was like, you wanted me to live this life where I go and played football, guys. I win the game. If I win the game, maybe 1-0 or 2-0 or 3-0, I have to go home. And that moment, planning the next game, I have to be training for the next game. Of course, I have to train. But at the same time, I have to celebrate. I have to evaluate the game, how it was, how was it? What would I have done different? Just take notes down. I have to do that. Doing that means I have to pause. I cannot be doing, like, even with my business, I cannot be doing like tomorrow I'm doing this, I'm doing that one, I'm doing that one, I'm succeeding and I'm going to no, I can't do that. I have to pause, celebrate, write goals. I'm a human being. I'm not a machine. I'm not AI. So I have to pause, reflect, then write goals. That's how I do things. And I'm teaching my children to do the same. They have to find their own strategy that works for them. I've taught my ex to do the same. He does the same, but now he just get on with it. I've taught my spouse to do the same thing. Just life is not about on the go all the time. I have to do this. I have to win. I've got to, you know what? I'm driving this Lamborghini. Tomorrow I have to go and work hard and go and buy even better so my neighbors can look at me. That's exhausting. I just we drive a car because we like it. We live in a home because we like it. Not look at me, I'm better than you. That's exhausting. So all those things, or just living a life where it has no meaning, the life it has to have a meaning. It has to have a meaningfully. Once that meaningful relationship has been removed from that, if the meaning of a relationship is removed, it does not work. It makes no sense. Some people have children, and that relationship revolves around children. They will do things, they neglect themselves. It means the relationship hasn't got a meaning anymore. Of course, we can't have it all, but we can still have a little bit of 70% of happiness when we have kids. It's acceptable. So those are the things, guys. Boundaries, have patience, let go of what you cannot control, and set realistic expectations, seek support. And the other one is vulnerability in a relationship, emotional courage, allow yourself, connect with your spouse, empathy, trust. Those are the things, and self acceptance. Accept you for who you are as a person. Don't pretend to be something that you are not. I think all of it I've covered everything, guys. I might not covered everything, but I went more over 10 things. Being vulnerable is a very powerful tool, and be authentic is very, very powerful. Be authentic. Walk your own walk. Be the person that you were created to be. That's how I live with you guys. That's what I live with you guys. Be the man on earth, what you are meant, what God created you to become. Be that man. If you're a man, you desire to be in a relationship, be in a relationship, be with a woman that value you, be with a man that value you. And there's no point in dating a person that does not value you. I'm not saying go and dump your spouse, guys. We all think different when it comes to life. We all have different opinions of what we think life should be. But for me, life it has to be simple. Life, I keep my life very, very simple. Very, very simple. I don't complicate things. If I like chicken wings, I like chicken wings. I cannot say to my spouse just to please him that I cannot pretend that I don't like chicken wings. Chicken wings are my favorite. Chicken is my favorite. I love chicken. If I like Chinese, I like Chinese. If I like Indian, I like Indian. Um, what did I use today? What is the most thing that I love most that I used to do that I don't do now? I used to love swimming. Growing up as a child, I just used to spend time in the water. I sometimes I spend like 5 hours. And anyway, yep, I do sports. Anything to do with sports. I love sports, and but I still do. And all those things, the things that create, that makes you the person that you are. become that just because you have children or because um, you you're married, you cannot be what you want to become. If you want to be run your own business and be a CEO, just do it. And your wife or your husband will support you, your partner, they'll support you. But if you find somebody that does not support you and tell you your dreams are too big and too small, that means that person in life, there's different people in life. There are people that believe that you can't do things without them. So if you're dating that kind of a person, you are in the wrong relationship. And also know that the things you are passing through in a relationship, someone else has passed them is passed through them. It's the problem that you pass through. Know that someone else has passed through that problem. Never label yourself with anything. Know that you are a blessing. For you to be here, you are a blessing. Uh, Sometimes there are people who look at you, they think that you cannot succeed, you cannot be whoever you want to become. I have people sometimes they'll go to my website, my photo is there. Or, although now with my new website, they've put the photo at the front. Or sometimes my website before my photo was somewhere else. Or sometimes they'll go and look at my website and then they'll come to the office and they'll be like, can I see, like I'm there, Nomsa, can I see the owner of the company or can I just speak to somebody? And I'll be like, yeah, you can speak to me. So first they will start looking at me down because I'm a black woman, I come from Africa and things like that. And then after that, and they'll be like, if I say my name, they'll be like, oh, you are Nomsa. And I'll be like, I look so tiny, guys. If you see me in person, I don't represent my age at all. So they'll be like, oh, you are Nomsa. I'm like, yeah, yes. What can I do for you? And that's when maybe that person will start apologizing about their behavior, how they started the conversation. And I'm like, I'm used to it, honey. So how can I help you? My job is to help you. So how can I help you moving forward? So there are some things people in life, they look at you and they will think that you are not capable of doing, becoming what you can become. I've learned this the hard way, guys. Um, Never ever judge anyone. I've learned this the hard way. The reason why I'm saying it, I've learned this the hard way. When Lucifer was torturing me, I started learning how I was limiting my abilities, thinking that I wasn't good enough, but I am good enough. I've started learning those things and learning those things and learning the things that I can, the abilities that I thought growing up as a child in music is what I know. I love music, drama. I love sports, playing sports. And I thought that was my talent, just my talent. Education, I opted out from school, although I went back to university, but it's not, I thought it was not part of it was my weaknesses, but it's not actually. I have qualities there. I have qualities in everything, like everything that I put my mind and just pay attention. I know I have talent there in every area of my life. My intelligence is there, is how I want to use that intelligence to build one thing. So when he was torturing me, I'll see whatever he is torturing me, that realm of intelligence, I'll see that he is blocking me to unlock my intelligence. Then I'll call my intelligence out. I'll call this out and I'll call that one out. Then I realized actually, as a human being, we are capable of anything. We can build anything. So never ever let anyone tell you that you are not enough. Meditate, manifest what you desire, take action, and do the work. When you fall, get up. You are capable of getting married. You are capable of finding the right person. You are capable of finding the one and be the one. So those are the things that I leave you guys with. If you want to check me out, please do check me out on my website. If you're looking for love, go and register on my website. If you are looking for coaching, go to my coaching. I told you guys before that I'm working on 1,000, unlocking my 1,000 abilities of my intelligence, because my pastor said to me, the people that are genius, they only use 30%. So I'm looking for my 1,000 geniusness. That's what I'm doing. I am unlocking that. In order for me to do that, I'm going on a 1,000 fast. And every single day, I open the realm of different realms. And there's some experiences that I am going through, that I'm experiencing, which is a good ones. So once I am done in that journey, I'll be able to teach you guys how to do it. But my business will remain the same. Somebody else will take over. Was a Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency, but I'll be teaching you how to find that intelligence, to open the different realms of wealth, the realms of intelligence. I have to do it first myself, and I have to get to the results in order for me to teach, to be able to teach somebody else. So I'll let you know once I'm finished. 2 years time, guys. 2 years and 9 months. I'll let you know once I'm done. God bless and live with grace. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with Carol Ann. I don't know the topic for tomorrow, but if you have any ideas for the topic, if you feel you have something that you want us to cover, please do let me know. No, I'll see you guys tonight. I am with Kamau. I don't know whether I'm on LinkedIn at 7 p.m. What time? What are we doing? Let me check what are we doing with Kamau. Okay, we are at which channels? Where are we? We are on YouTube. YouTube, the radio, I think on Facebook. All the channels, that's where we're gonna be, the radio channel, but you have to go through the link that is on LinkedIn and it's on Facebook as well. So I'll see you guys later, 7 p.m. Do check me out. I won't be on my profile, but if you're following me on Facebook or here on LinkedIn, I might share it here on LinkedIn. But on LinkedIn, I have shared if you go to my profile, I've shared the link where I'm gonna be tonight on his channel. So please do check out. I'll be there doing the interview for 2 hours. I see you tonight, 7 p.m. UK time, Eastern time. Yeah, Eastern time, 3 p.m. GM time, 7 p.m. So I'll see you guys then. EST. Yeah, I see you guys then. God bless. Live with grace. See you on the other round.